Kato Kaelin, nice enough to give us a few more minutes of his time. First of all, welcome to Calgary. What have you thought of the city so far?
I love it so much. This is great to see Matt and Kato show. This is so great on Facebook Live, Matt and Kato, which is my cubicle. Where's my cubicle?
We'll find
here?
you one. I'm not even sure I've got one yet. I sit way over there, but I think we can try to find you one here if you do want to stick around.
I'm really digging your city. Matthew Wallace showed me around town from the Laugh Shop, and I said, "Oh my God, this city is so gorgeous." And I wish I've been to Vancouver, been to Toronto, where you're from, and now I'm in love with Calgary.
And you're here a week before, well, I guess a little over 2 weeks before we start Stampede. Are you going to stick around and have some fun with that, or what?
I did hear about Stampede. I'm hearing all these great things. 10 days of a party, and let's face it, when you say Kato, you say party, so you never know.
You could probably associate those two things together.
Exactly. Yes.
Right, so tell us a little bit about why you're here this week. You got a Q&A at the Laugh Shop this tonight and tomorrow. I guess just tell anyone who just may have missed your interview with Bindu a little bit of what, if you do go to that show, what people can expect.
First of all, shame on you for missing the interview with Bindu and Kato.
Shame on you.
But what I'm doing is a Q&A. I think part of it actually will have comedy in it because I travel in a show and it's where I entertain the Wizard World. It's a Comic-Con, and I am in front of our city, see 100,000 people, and it's I'm aware of what the questions could be, but it's going to be a very interactive show, and of course I welcome everybody, any kind of questions they want to ask, and I think it's a sort of thing. My mom passed away, but she always said, to know you is to love you, and that's what it's going to be, hopefully. That I didn't know he was like that, and hopefully we'll turn the tide and everything, and people will go, what a great show.
And is this something you're going to be, I guess, expanding more on? Do you have plans to do, maybe not so much a tour, but do you have other cities planned that you're going to be doing Q&As in, outside of Calgary?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I don't, everything is just kind of happening on its own. When I travel with the Wizard World Comic-Con as the MC, I do every other week I travel with the show. And we just got the 2019 to go into Asia, and Sony bought us. So now we're with Sony. We're going to start develop a show. Pretty soon, Kato with a game show, which is I've always said, Matthew, I want to do one thing in my life, be a game show host where I can make people better and give away free gifts.
You've got that bubbly personality, so I think game show hosts need to have that gregarious, outgoing, bubbly personality. But just in terms of, I know you mentioned to Bindu that you are developing a TV show, so we can get into that a little bit later on. But I know next year is going to be, I guess, the 25-year anniversary of when everything started. So can you just describe what the last 25 years has been really like for you?
It's funny that you say that it's 25 years. I don't even have a calendar up to remind me of that. People tell me that. It's not like I say, oh, Kato, look what's coming up. It's a 25 year, because my life is so busy with other things that, it's funny. I never even dwell on the past. There's nothing I can do about the past. It's all about now. Everything I do is now and making things better for myself and others. And so I rarely relive that. I'm going to do like a Q&A, but what I'm going to say, I want to reiterate what I'm telling you to the folks today. That, only because I know what it's like to lose parents. I lost it. And life is like a flash. It is gone. So I always say, be a moth, chase the light, and that's what I do.
Yeah, I really like that attitude, actually, and not really letting. Despite the fact that this is, obviously such a big thing in your life, not letting it sort of not bog you down, but really affect your day to day. But I guess just thinking back to that time, and then more current times now, where it's sort of been, rushed back into the limelight. Yeah. What have you thought about the portrayal of not only yourself on the FX series, but just generally all the attention, obviously the Oscar-winning documentary series that was on ESPN, and then just going back to the FX series. Did you ever think that, 25 years ago, that trial and just at least that small part of your life would end up turning into what it did 25 years later, and all the attention still on it?
No, absolutely not. When I do interviews, I always tell people it's amazing that it's still today a current event, and it's because it's very Shakespearean. It's a celebrity. It was African American with a white woman. It was a murder. It involved celebrity. So it was a script was written about this. So that's why I think it goes on, and it was televised, and then that just added to it. And some of the stuff that even happens, you go, there's no way that would happen. You could not script it. People would throw that out in Hollywood, going, nah, it's not too believable. But that stuff, it happened in this trial. And as we see, the 8 Emmys it won for the FX series, the Academy Award for the documentary. So, like I said, it's going to go on and on forever. And you just reminded me, Matthew, of 25 years. It's like, oh my goodness, 25 years. I honestly, some certain days it feels like it was a week ago.
I would have been five and a half at the time, and I remember my
What
mom,
do you do?
my
You
mom,
look great.
Yeah, moisturize, shower lots. But I remember my mom and dad watching the Bronco chase, so that was my sort of first foray into that. Obviously, that big the Bronco chase. No,
It's
no
like your
big.
parents saying, "Feed yourself. We got
Yeah,
car race."
we got to watch this. This is a big deal. When was the last time I read something that your last, I guess, interaction with OJ was in a washroom?
Yeah, it was during a deposition of the civil trial. The deposition of the civil trial, you do hours and hours of questions, and then they give you a bathroom break. I went to the bathroom break. I was there, and then he had walked in, and we're alone there, and I was like very nervous, and we didn't really talk. He said, "Hey, Kato, what's going on?" And I said, "I'm peeing." That was it.
Probably a good way to say it. What do you feel about? What do you think about? I guess the public perception that there is of OJ right now. There obviously still is a really, I guess, big interest in him now. You see him posting photographs at not Buffalo Bills games, but going to watch their playoff games. What do you feel about the way he's perceived in the public, and that people, despite the fact that a lot of people think that he's guilty of murder, and in his last trial, how does that make you feel that people still are attracted to him in a way that he's, I guess, an affable celebrity?
Yeah, I can't even. I really don't even pay attention to that, what's going on. But when I hear it, I think people that love OJ are always going to love OJ, and that's I think they want that photo. They think it's going to maybe be worth something one day, whatever. But they go and they get it. So I really have no answer for that. It's just that people do what they're going to do. I mean, it's a photo. I would not want one.
Right. I know before you wrapped up with Bindu, you did mention the TV show that you're working on. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I wrote it with a gentleman named Michael Jaglin. He also produces a TV show with Jay Leno. It's a car show, Jay Leno's Garage.
Right.
And so Mike and I have been friends forever. We wrote a show. It's of the number one genre on any television is crime, true crime shows. And there's so much that happen of choices that people make. I'm one of the examples that I'd be the host of the show. Where what if you didn't take that train, or what if you didn't take that door? How your life changes. You're on the sidelines of crime and ancillary to a crime. And there's examples of it with an Amber Frey, with the Scott Peterson trial. There's Aaron Hernandez from the Patriots, his sister was engaged to the person that was murdered. It's just so many different life-changing events for people in their life. One of the examples we have also is Jorge Montes. We had a big shootout at North Hollywood Bank of America, and in the shootout, this guy was a dentist, and it wasn't going into work. He saves 2 police officers been shot, so extracting bullets instead of filling cavities. So it's just the people that actually become heroes, people that life-changing events for them. And it's the wrong place, wrong time.
Right on. Well, I've got to say, I've really, it's been great talking to you. I've enjoyed the bubbly, the light attitude that you were telling me.
Stampede, baby.
Stampede. You got to stick around. Another couple weeks is going to be my first Stampede, so you should stick around and come back for that. And it was enjoy the rest of your time here in Calgary, and they've got some good happy hours on Friday and the weekend. So if you got, before the laugh shot tonight, you can go and hit one of those.
From going during, come on, we'll just do the whole thing. As a matter of fact, I was going to say to you is that, I think we talked before this, and normally I don't do a show on an iPhone, but it's yours, and it's an iPhone 10. Dude,
this is an iPhone 8. This is
I don't
my
even care.
thing.
Let's just go with it. No one knows that. It's an iPhone 15.
Kato Kaelin, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us, and enjoy the weekend in Calgary.
Thanks. Laugh shop.
Thanks very much.
Come on by Saturday.